Ayan. Good afternoon. So, our topic our topic for today is lateral earth pressure. So, we're going to discuss first yung uh, lateral earth pressure due to uh, at rest condition, active condition, and passive condition using Rankines and Coulomb's theorem. Now, mga master, so our objective here is the following. So, explain the differences between passive, active, and at rest lateral earth pressure. Ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng tatlong yun? So, meron kasi tayong passive, active, and at rest earth pressure. So, itong topic na to, hindi na to testing. Di ba yung mga nakaraang discussions natin, puro test. Di ba? Meron tayong triaxial test, mga vane shear test, consolidation test. Ayan, puro test yung mga unang topic natin. Pero pagdating dito, yung mga test na ginamit nung una, i-apply natin dito, mga master. So, compute the Rankine active and or passive lateral pressure coefficient. So, meron tayong coefficient ng earth pressure. No? Yung pangatlo, solve the equivalent lateral earth force or active thrust acting on a wall. So, including the possibility for multiple soil layers, water behind the wall, and a surcharge on top of the wall. So, different cases. Ayun, uploading ng retaining wall. So, yung concept na to, ginagamit sa concept ng retaining wall. Nung alam nyo yung ilog, di ba? Meron tayong ilog, tapos may riprap sa gilid, di ba, mga master? Wari balo yaita. For example, river yaini. Yan. Or ilog to, no? Ilog yan. Tapos, ating retaining wall. Ating retaining wall. Yan, makanyan yan, di ba? Tapos, pipigilan na yung soil. Chokeni. Pinipigilan niya yung soil, di ba? Master. So, soil yan. Yan, soil, lupa yan, di ba, master? Yan, lupa yan.
O, sir.
Tapos, concrete yan. Konkreto yan. Yan. So, yapin yung principle of earth pressure. Kung nakuran tayo gamitan, king actual. Na master. So,
O, sir.
makanyan.
Sheet pile lang yun, sir.
Ali, semento la rin, concrete. Concrete yan.
Wala din sheet pile ganito, sir.
Pwede, mag-design tamang sheet pile kasi after ng topic kayo ni.
Sir.
Mari, retaining wall, kay ba sheet file. Yung ano ka rin yung gagamitin. Pwedeng magkabit tamang sheet file. Pero yung topic natin ngayon, yung force dito sa retaining wall. Mari, i-push na yung soil. Yung concrete. So, ito muna yung sasolve natin. So, ano yung value ng force niyan? No, master? Ano yung value ng force na tumutulak dun sa
Patulak na,
retaining?
sir.
Diba? I-push na eh. Diba? Diba, pwede tayong i-apply king actual. Ne, master. So, introduction na tayo. So, retaining structure. Ayan. So, such as retaining walls, basement walls, bulkheads are commonly encountered in foundation engineering. So, yung topic na to, i-discuss din sa foundation engineering, yung retaining wall. So, at least meron kayong background para matutunan nyo yung topic na to, no, master? mga master. So, and they may support slopes of earth masses. So, yun. So, sinasupport nila yung lupa. Tapos, proper design and construction of these structures require thorough knowledge of the lateral forces. So, ano yung mga lateral forces due to earth? So, yun. So, paano ba natin ma-solve yan, mga master? Ayan. So, di-discuss ko yung principle, Ayan. That act between the retaining structure and the soil masses being retained. Ayan. Kaya siya tinawag na retaining wall, nire-retain niya yung lupa para hindi siya mag-erode, no, master. So, importante yan sa geotechnical design and structural design. Ayan. So, these lateral forces are caused by lateral earth pressure. Ayan. So, yung una, bago natin i-discuss yung earth pressure, ayan, earth pressure at rest, meron akong ano dito. For example, meron tayong retaining wall, vertical retaining wall, tapos it supports a soil. Supports a soil. Tapos meron ulit tayong retaining wall dito sa kabila niya. Tapos it also supports a soil, no? Ayan, discuss yung principle ng active and passive, yung pagkakaiba nila. So this is the soil. This one is the soil. And then this one is also soil. Ayan. So this is the active pressure. And this is the passive pressure. So ano yung pagkakaiba nilang dalawa? Ayan. Kapag sinabi nating active, ito yung pag-deflect ng retaining wall papunta doon. Ibig sabihin, yung lakas ng soil. Ayan, para i-push yung retaining wall. So, i-denote natin to as delta. Ayan, delta, no? Tapos, yung passive naman, kung yung force na kayang pumigil dito sa ating lupa. So, pag tinulak ng retaining wall yung soil natin, pwede siyang mag-deflect into this manner. No? Pwede siya mag-deflect into this manner. Tapos, we can denote this as delta. Ayan. So, if we consider a soil element here, ayan, we are considering a soil element here. So, there is wait, ibahin ko yung kulay. There is a vertical force. Let's say, delta V. Ayan. Tapos, di ba meron din siyang, when this is subjected to loading, so, di ba merong load yung lupa sa taas ng point of consideration nung diniscuss natin sa effective stress, di ba? Tapos, meron din siyang sigma horizontal. Ayun. So, yan na yung discuss natin sa preceding section. So, itong sigma H, it is equivalent to coefficient of lateral earth pressure multiplied to vertical stress. So, yan. Itong vertical stress na to, unit weight times height sa point of consideration. So, ibig sabihin, yung value ng K, the value of K is equivalent to horizontal over vertical. Ayun. So, meron tayong Rankine coefficient. Ayun. So, tingnan muna natin to mga master. So, horizontal earth pressure coefficient. In practice, we often multiply the vertical stress by a horizontal earth pressure coefficient. Yun na nga yung K. Para makompute yung horizontal stress when dealing to lateral earth pressure. Kung yung wall AB daw is static, so hindi siya gagalaw or uuga. So, pag statics, di ba sa statics nyo? So, hindi siya deformable. Ayan. If it does not move either to the right or to the left, ayan, of its initial position, so, the soil mass will be in a state of elastic equilibrium. Ayan. So, kapag sinabi natin nasa elastic state of equilibrium siya, so yung retaining wall natin magiging at rest. So, it's not active nor passive. Ayun. So, it will going to be under at rest condition. Ayun. So, this is the horizontal strain. That is the horizontal strain is 0. Ayun. Ibig sabihin, hindi talaga siya nag-deform. Wala siyang horizontal strain. Ayun. In simple terms, yung ratio ng effective horizontal stress to the vertical stress is called the coefficient of earth pressure. Ayun, yung sinabi ko kanina. No? Yung sigma H over sigma O. So, yung sigma O, yan yung vertical. Ayun. So, same lang dito sa principle natin. Sa active, no? Mamaya ako di-discuss yung passive, mga master. Yung value daw ng K bar is depending sa type ng horizontal loading that is going on. So, kailangan nating determine is the soil is at rest or is the soil is under compression from some type of induced horizontal loading or is the soil in tension. So, kailangan natin malaman kung nakakompress ba yung soil or nata-tension. Ayan. When the soil is at rest, yung value ng K will be KO. Ayan. So, that is the at rest pressure coefficient. Kapag naman nata-tension yung soil, so, gaya nito, kapag tinulak ng soil to, yung wall, nata-tension yung wall. So, naging active yung distribution ng pressure. Kaya, yung K is the active earth pressure. Kapag naman nasa compression siya, the value of K will be Kp or equivalent to passive earth pressure coefficient. Ayan. So, umpisahan natin sa earth pressure at rest. Ayan. From equation 3.1.1. Ito, equation 3.1.1 na to, no? Sabi dito, and the figure above since itong vertical stress na to, unit weight times height lang yan, di ba? Marunong naman kayong kumuha ng vertical stress, di ba? Ayan. So, yung sigma O na yan, that is the vertical stress. So, kung babalik tayo sa paint, itong sigma V, kunwari, yung height nito is J. Yung kinonsider nating element. So, mangyayari, yung sigma V, yung sigma V is equivalent to unit weight times J. Ayun. So, yun ang mangyayari sa kanya, di ba? Yan, baba natin. So, pwede siyang ma-derive yung horizontal force into this one. So, sigma H is equal to KO gamma C. Ayan. Since yung gamma C, it is the vertical force or yung overburden pressure or yung effective stress. So, for coarse grain soils, merong empirical formula. Yung KO or yung yung pressure at rest. So, pwede siyang solve as, so tandaan natin for coarse grained soils only. Pag nakita natin sa problem, a coarse grained soil, sabi niya. So, ito yung formula ng KO. So, 1 minus sin P. No? Pero madalas ito yung gamitin. Ayan. Pero pag binigay yung over consolidation ratio, mamaya i-discuss ko. So, for dense sand, backfill. Ayan. Sabi niya dito for dense sand backfill. So, si Sheriff and Fang, nagbigay siya ng laboratory testing para ma-determine yung KO. So, testing pa rin siya, no, mga master. Pero, ina-apply siya under geotechnical parameter. So, yung value ng KO, magiging ganito na. 1 minus sin P plus quantity, dry unit weight over minimum dry unit weight minus 1 multiply to 5.5. So, di ba, nag-solve kayo nung una, nung last sem, yung dry unit weight. So, dito natin ma-apply yon sa formula na yun. Tapos, kapag daw, over-consolidated coarse grain soil. Sabi niya dito, over-consolidated coarse grain soil. Ano ibig sabihin nun? So, nagbigay siya si Main and Kulhawi. I think ganun yung pronunciation ng name niya. So, KO can be estimated using this formula. So, ginagamit din to, formula na to. Pero yung pinaka-general formula niya is this one, yung 1 minus sin P. No, mga master? Kung saan yung OCR, yung over consolidation ratio. Di ba diniscuss ko na yon nung first topic natin under consolidation of soil, yung consolidation ratio. No, mga master? So, yun yung ano di ba? Delta P plus PO over
Yes, sir.
PO. Ayun. Tama ba? Yung OCR. So, ano yung formula ng OCR, mga master? Alam nyo ba? Balikan natin ang first topic. Para sure, no? Baka magkamali. Ba't ito? Wait lang. Ayan. Ang first topic natin, consolidation. Nagbigay tayo ng formula ng OCR. So, ito na. Search natin OCR. Ayun. OCR is the pre-consolidation pressure over burden pressure. PC over PO. So, yan yung OCR natin. So, kapag given ng OCR, ayun, ito yung formula. KO is equal to 1 minus sin P, OCR sin P, raised to sin P. So, nagbigay si Main and Kulhaw nung empirical formula. Ayan. So, for fine grain, tandaan natin for fine grain only. Normally consolidated soil, nagbigay si Massart. He suggested the following equation as follows. So, KO can be calculated as 0.44 plus 0.42 multiply to plasticity index over 100. Ayan. So, kapag over consolidated clay naman, ayan, tandaan natin pagkakaiba. Over consolidated coarse grain soil, tapos over consolidated clay. Ayan. Ito yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa. So, kapag given ng OCR, square root of OCR, ang gagamitin natin. Kapag naman sinabi niya coarse grain soil, over consolidated, so OCR raised to sin P. Yung una, yung kaninang snub natin, ay yung kaninang formula natin, under ano to, normally consolidated soil. Yung KO1 minus sin P. Ayun. So, yun lang naman yung tatlong madalas gamitin. 1 minus sin P, 1 minus sin P, OCR raised to sin P. Tapos, itong last, 1 minus sin P, square root of over consolidation ratio, no? So, yung figure below, shows the distribution of lateral earth pressure at rest on a wall of height h, retaining a dry soil having a unit weight of gamma. Ayan. The total force per unit length of the wall, PO, ayan, is equal to the area ng pressure diagram na to. Itong triangle. So, it behaves linearly yung pressure. Ayan. For example, ito yung pressure diagram nung ano. Ayan. So, para makuha to, yung sukat nito, yung height ng triangle or yung base. So, it is simply KO unit weight times height. For example, ito yung height ng retaining wall. Yan yung height, di ba? So, KO unit weight times height. Tapos, area ng triangle para makuha yung force. So, di ba yung centroid ng triangle, di ba? Nag-act sa 1/3. Theory of structure. Tandaan nyo. Uniformly distributed load. 1/3, 2/3 sa kabila. Ayan, di ba dyan yung centroid? So, para masolve yung PO, so PO is equal to area ng triangle, di ba? 1/2 base times height. Yan. So, PO is equivalent to 1/2 KO gamma H squared. So, yan yung derivation ng PO. PO. Mga master, no? So, basic lang, di ba? Ayan. So, this is the equation 3.1.8. So, bago tayo magpunta ng active and passive, let us solve some problems regarding this one, the at-rest condition of the at-rest condition of lateral earth pressure. So let's start in problem number 1, no? So brain muna natin to. Problem number 1 na tayo. So sa problem number 1, let us print screen the question. Ayan. So, basican natin mga master. Try natin kung kaya natin i-solve. Kasi ito lang yung napag-practicean ko eh. Yung mga ibang problems, di ko na alam kung paano i-solve. So, if the retaining wall shown in figure below is restrained from moving. So, tandaan natin, pag sinabi ng problem, restrained from moving, automatic, at rest condition. Yan, at rest. Itong wall na to, hindi yan gagalaw. So, restrained from moving, no? What will be the lateral force per unit length of the wall? Assuming the value of P is 20 degrees. Yan, P is equal to 20 degrees. So, let us first solve the value of KO. So, ito yung pinakaunang sinasolve dyan, yung KO. So, para malaman natin yan, KO is equal to ano, 1 minus sine phi. Hindi niya sinabi, no? Kung over-consolidated coarse grain soil ba o over-consolidated sand. So, kung ako, i-assume ko siya, ganito yung formula. Sine phi. Ay, hindi. OCR sine phi. OCR. So, sabi niya sand eh. Ano ba yung formula kanina? Yung KO daw, yun. Coarse grain soil is a part, so sand is a part of coarse grain soil. So, di ba yung coarse grain soil natin? Coarse grain is gravel and sand. Tapos, fine grain is silts and clay. Tandaan natin, mga master. So, yan yung pagkakaiba ng coarse grain and fine grain soil. So, kapag sand, under siya ng coarse grain. So, this one is the applicable formula for KO. No, tandaan nyo mga master. Sine P prime. Prime. So, ibig sabihin effective undrained friction angle. So, KO. So, it is equivalent to 1 minus sine 20 degrees. Multiply sa OCR na 2 raised to sine P. Ay, sine 20. Ayan. So, masolve natin yung value ng KO. So, KO is equivalent to 1 minus sine 20 multiply to 2 raised to sine 20. Yan, dinadahan-dahan ko mga master. 0.834. The value of the value of at rest coefficient of earth pressure. So, pwede na nating i-drawing yung pressure diagram. No, mga master. This one is the pressure diagram. Palakihan ko para may pagsusulatan ako. No, mga master? So, let us treat this as yung sukat na to as yung kanyang effective stress. No. So, ito, vertical stress times coefficient of pressure. Di ba sabi natin? Yung horizontal, equivalent niyan, yung vertical times the coefficient of pressure. So, this one is KO unit weight times height. Yan. So, solve natin yung P1. Small P1. Ayan. So, P1, yung gusto niya kasi ma-solve is the lateral force per unit length of the wall. So, it simply acts here. Ayan, dito. So, it is H over 3 from the base of your wall. Ayan. Centroid, no? So, yung P1 is equivalent to KO 0.834 times unit weight. The unit weight of the soil is given as 16 kilonewton per cubic meter. Multiply to the height, which is 5 meters. Tama, no? Which is 5 meters. Equivalent to answer times 16 times 5. Oops, sobra. So, it is 66.7 kilopascal. Ayan. Kasi kilonewton per cubic meter to eh. Times meter is equivalent to kPa. So, masabi natin yung P1 or F1. So, denote natin as F1. Yung force dito. F1, no? So F1 is equivalent to 0.834 multiplied, hindi. Yung nasagot natin na value na 66.7 times yung height. Ano ba yung height? Yung area na nito, no? Area ng triangle. So base P1, ayan, times height na 5 meters over 2. So ganyan lang, area ng triangle. Times 5 over 2. Ayan. So 166.8 kilonewton per meter. So, baka magkamali kayo sa unit, ha? Ayan. Kilonewton per meter yung unit. Kasi per meter width ang gusto niya. Or per unit length of wall. So this is the final answer for number 1. So basic, di ba mga master? Let's proceed to number 2. Ayan. So number 2 na tayo. No? So merong effect ng groundwater table. So what if the soil is having the effect of groundwater? What will be the earth pressure for this kind of problem? And so let us print screen again. Ayan. So we are dealing here with multiple layers of soil. The first one is the dry soil and the second one is saturated soil. So what will happen kapag nagkaroon ng earth ay ng groundwater? Ayun. So same sila ng so nagkaiba banda doon ng mga master. Sobrahin natin to. Sobrahin din natin to. Ayan. Napasama yung number 3. Number 2 muna. Ayan. So number 2, figures below shows a 4.5 meter high retaining wall. The wall is restrained from yielding. Kapag sinabi restrained from yielding, it is considered as at rest condition. Ayan. So, calculate the lateral force PO per unit length of the wall and also determine the location of the resultant force. Assume that for sand, OCR is 1.5. So, okay, solution. Let us first solve the KO or the active lateral earth pressure or the at rest lateral earth pressure coefficient. So 1 minus sine 35. So ganyan lang lagi. So sabi niya sand, di ba? Ayan, sand. Nasaan yung sand? Ayan. So figure below shows 4.5 meter high retaining wall. The wall is restrained from yielding. So pinapasolve yung PO saka resultant force. Ayan. Hindi niya sinabing sand. Ayan. So alam naman natin na yung sand zero cohesion. Kapag sand, it has a zero cohesion. That is the property of sand. So equivalent yan sa OCR raised to sine 35. Ang OCR natin is equivalent to 1.5. No, mga master. Sine 35. So, pag alam niyo yung formula, mga master, basic lang. So, sa midterm, hiwa-hiwalay kayo. Tapos, yung bag, saka yung gamit, yung cellphone, iiwan sa harap ng table. Sin 35. So, 0.538 yung KO. Try natin na kung kaya kong i-solve. Meron kasi tayong ano dito, guide to solve earth pressure, no, mga master, including different layers. So, for soil, itong P4, Ka2 unit weight times height. Ayan, Y1. Nasaan yung Y1? Ayan. Times yung H1. So, hanggang dun. Ayan. Tapos, merong additional stress yung water. Ayan. So, yung kina-consider niya pa rin yung ito. Yung sa water, no? So, yung gumagana dyan, yung sa soil, saka sa water. So, itong F3, tama. F4 is Ka gamma 1 H1. Kaso yung magiging ano na niya, ay yung Ka2. Kaso yung Ka natin, same lang. Sa top saka sa ilalim. Itong F4 naman, so tingnan natin yung F5 dito banda. So F5 is Ka. So submerged unit weight yung gagamitin times height, no? Para makuha yung P5. Yung P5 dun, no? So, ibig sabihin, saturated unit weight minus the water. So, gagamitin natin yung effective unit weight, no? So, let us try. Ayan. So, let us draw the pressure diagram of this one. Ayan. So, sa soil alone muna. So, denote natin as P1. Denote natin to as P1. Ayan. Tapos, tuloy-tuloy na yun. Hanggang dun sa baba. Tuloy-tuloy na yung P1 hanggang dun sa baba. Yan, kapantay niya lang yan. Kasi same lang yung coefficient of ito yung coefficient niya. Yung at rest pressure. Tapos, madadagdagan yan. So, mas liliit yung slope. Naging ganyan. Kasi nabawasan siya ng tubig. Ayan. So, denote natin as wait lang. Denote natin to as P1 pa rin to, di ba? P1, ito, P2. Tama ba? Check natin. Check natin to. So, same lang kasi. Ayan. Itong force dito, F1. Yung force dito sa gitna, F2. Yung force dito sa ilalim, sa triangle, F3. Ayan. So, ganyan yung kakalabasan niya, mga master. Tapos, merong effect yung tubig. Tingnan natin. No? Merong effect yung tubig. So, ito, due to soil. Ito naman due to water. Ayan. Ito yung P3. So, ganyan ako mag-solve, mga master. Tapos yung dito sa ilalim niya, it is considered as F4. So, kailangan natin i-solve yung P1, P2, tsaka P3. Ayan. So, try natin. So, P1. So, para maging systematic yung solving natin. So, P1 is equal to unit weight times height. So, 3 lang yun. Unit weight times height is 3. KO 0.538. Unit weight na 15.7 times yung height, no? That is 3 meters. So, it is equivalent to, so store natin to sa A. Kasi gagamitin natin siya ng several times. Ayan, 3. 25.34. KPA, no? So, yung F1, yung area ng triangle sa taas, which is P1 times 3 over 2. No, mga master, basic lang, di ba? Parang nag-theory lang tayo. Theory of structure. Times 3. Assume nyo na lang na loading yan. Yung mga load na nandyan. So, 25.34 times, height, 3 over 2 is equal to times 3 over 2. So, 38.02. 0.15 na lang, no? Kilonewton per meter. So, yan ang F1 na nag-a-act dito sa wall. So, yung F2, yung area ng rectangle na to. Ayan, F2 will be,
Sir, itang 3 distansya.
yung height ng triangle.
Itang
3.
1.5, sir, itang OCR, di ba?
Laya pa eh. Hindi pa yung solve tayo eh.
Itang 1.5, sir, distansya rin ta.
Ano ka rin?
OCR ba o distance?
OCR ito. OCR 1.5.
Yes, sir.
Given kang problem. Tapos distance ni 1.5. Distance yan, 1.5. So, nagkataon lang na same yung value. OCR 1.5, yung height ng tubig, 1.5. Height ng basang soil, 1.5. Di ba, mga master? So, mangyayari dito, F2, yung area ng rectangle dito sa baba. Yung P1, 25.34. Yung height, 1.5. Is equal to, ano ba? 25.34 times 1.5, di ba? Parang ganun din eh. 38.015 din.